Good morning, soul family. How y'all doing? Check out the weather we've got today. It's crazy. Winds of change, big time. I mean, this has been blowing all night long. Look at there's white caps on the water out there. Huge. Everything's getting knocked down, and I thought, all right, I'll just leave it for now because it's just gonna get knocked down again. Oh my eyes are running. Okay. There's a couple things I want to talk to you guys about. Actually, just one thing. Okay. Or maybe there's a couple things. Why does this keep spinning? Okay. I'm an empath. Okay, so for the people who don't know me, who haven't followed me for years, where they've watched it happen, like if you've been with me, let me turn down the radio a little bit. Okay. For the people who have been with me for years, they understand that I'm an empath, but I'm not just an empath. I'm a channel. Okay, I'm a medium, I'm a channel, I'm a psychic, I'm an empath. I don't talk about all those different things, but maybe I need to now because I pick up the energy of the people that I'm communicating with, like that I'm energetically picking up with, and as an empath, I feel that energy like it's happening to me, right? I'm also a channel. So those who have been through like live family meetups, I do live family meetups on Facebook a lot of times, and I'll be going along, you know, totally fine, playing with everybody happy, and then all of a sudden someone will enter the chat and my energy shifts, and it's like, whoa, who just came into the chat? Like I've asked people to leave, and you can feel the energy shift, and then I shift because I'm channeling this energy. So when I did my reading, I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, the energy was harsh. It was angry. I wasn't angry. I had a great day. I was happy as a clam. I woke up in the morning and I was annoyed. I was annoyed with the energy that was coming into me. And so I detached from it personally. But the energy still needed to be spoken because all of the cards brought that out. It was still there. So I make sure, right? I check myself too. That's why I brought the sage out and I thought, okay, I'm going to sage because if it's me, right, and I'm still holding on to that thinking that I've released it, I need to release it. But as you saw, when I lit the sage, it didn't burn. Okay, it didn't burn. I'm gonna light the sage today and see what it does. And all the doors are blowing open. Okay. And also, when I did the singing bowl, I cleansed and cleared again, and I said I wanted to. I always ask for neutrality, right? Correct for neutrality. I say that all the time. You guys hear me say it constantly. There's a message in that. I don't just say that as pretty words. Sorry. I feel like I'm getting a little too busty looking here. I think I just need to lift this up. No one needs to look at that. Okay. So I say correct for neutrality on all levels because I want to make it neutral. I don't want to take it personally, right? It's not my message. It's Spirit's message. Now you notice today, check this out. Okay, how many times did I light it yesterday? Right? How many times did I light it? And it wouldn't smoke, right? There's actually more negative energy in this room today, and I actually don't feel negative, but it smoked, whereas yesterday it wouldn't even light, okay? I didn't have any energy to burn, any negative energy. It's actually gone, right? It's probably about the same as it was yesterday, just because I'm fine. I don't have negative energy in my space. You know, I correct for neutrality. I'm doing this reading through Spirit. And if they have a message that needs to come across and it needs to come across harsh, I'm the one who's chosen to give it. The reason I've been chosen for the hard messages is because I will do it. I'm an Aries. I have that in me, right? I can bring it out if I want to. I'm also a Pisces and a Gemini. So I've got the very soft, loving, gentle energy when it needs to come out. And I've got the Queen of Swords when it needs to come out, right? The truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. It isn't personal. I had messages. Somebody said to me, left a message, you seem angry, you know what? Take a breath. And I'm like, you know what? I don't know how. If it bothers you, you don't have to watch. But if you want to come to a reader who's actually giving you the truth and what Spirit, the energy that Spirit wants to have the message delivered, then you're going to get the truth here. I'm not going to give you a little fluffy message because it makes you feel good. You know, I've watched many, many readers myself, and I'm sure as you must as well. You know, if you're going to watch me, I'm sure you're going to watch other people as well. Everybody wants to get a different message, right? If you don't like the message, you're going to go to another reader, right? I don't like that message. And I've watched them and they're all la 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 singing. Not all of them. The ones that are actual channels, when they get a message, they hit hard because that's what needs to come across. So what I found interesting was that ones that commented yesterday on the reading, I love this, I totally resonate with this. They like their message. The ones who didn't like the message said, you have a problem. You know, you need to calm down, or you seem angry. One person said, you were old and bitter. And I said, I'm not old and I'm not bitter at all. Anyone that actually knows me knows that my energy is not that. So obviously it triggered something in them that they need to look at, or they need to actually look at the message that Spirit's giving you. Spirit may not say to you, you know, you're doing a great job, great, carry on. They may say, you know what, you're really fucking up right now. Or you know what, you need to tell somebody, fuck off. You need to be aggressive. And when I say to you, you know, you've got to tell somebody, you know, back off, you don't like it. That's not what Spirit wanted delivered. That's not what they wanted delivered. What they wanted delivered was a punch. Sometimes that has to be delivered because sometimes it has to jar people into hearing something. I've had it happen to me too. I've had an empath get a message and gave me the message, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it. And I was like, okay, thank you. I'll take that under consideration. You know, my back was kind of up and I went away and I breathed and I thought about it and I realized, you know what? They were straight up right. They were right. I need to look at that, and I needed to hear it that way because it needed to shock me. So when I used the singing bowl, I told you the words that I focused on, right? I focused on love and protection. So the word was love and protection that was emphasized. It rang the longest. I asked for peace. I asked for clarity. I asked that I deliver the message in the way that Spirit wanted the messages to be delivered. I asked that I be understood by the people who were open to hearing Spirit's message. Okay? I asked that whoever comes to get the message gets the message they need to hear. I'm just the mailman. You know what? If you get divorce papers or somebody sends you a letter and it's a nasty letter, you don't go to the mailman and tell the mailman off. They're just delivering a message. I'm a channel. I'm just delivering the message. If you don't like it, you don't have to listen to it. Okay? It is what it is. So, it's a beautiful day. I'm actually very happy. I was actually very happy yesterday. I had a great day yesterday. I had a very financially prosperous day. I had fun. My little cat came out and was super sociable. It was a great day. So, it isn't me. But there are major winds whipped up. Look at this. Energies are colliding right now, for sure. Old shit's clearing out. And sometimes, look at that one just spinning. Sometimes that's what it leaves you feeling like, right? Like you're spinning. Everything's just spinning and spinning and spinning, and the energy is just like, woo, right? So use this purposefully. Use this energy to clear away what needs to go. And today, Spirit said to me that the vampire deck was one of the decks that we were supposed to use. This is just driving me crazy. It keeps trying to fall forward. Okay. So I said, okay. And I went and I got my vampire box, right? And I opened it up and I'm like, where are my vampires? Where are my vampires? And I'm like, oh, they're already here. The vampires are already here. So the energy is already, and I know that because this morning I got an email, which I ignored because the person was a stalker. And I've told them, go away. I put them in a stalker file. I'm keeping a stalker file on this person. It's quite long by now. And a little while later, you know, I was doing other things and I went back and there's another one. Why? Because I'm ignoring them. So the stalkers are already here. So I have the same person, the same energy. Do I look like I'm hysterical? No, because the message was already sent out. I don't need to give it, right? All right. So we're going to choose from our items today. What can we choose? Let's choose something different. I know what we'll choose. Okay. We'll choose. We're going to choose the heater. Right? Let's heat things up. We're going to choose the space heater. We're going to choose the running man. The running man. This is actually a running female. This is the female. You can do it either way you want. Like if but this is supposed to be the female, and that's supposed to be the man. And he's running after her with the flower. Can be the other way if you want, but my mother bought these, and this was the female, and this is the male. So there's the running female. She's actually playing. I don't think she's running. She's like, woohoo! She's taking a leap, right? She's taking a leap of faith, and he's running after her. He's got a bare bum hanging out. So he's open, right? His heart is open. He's running with a flower. He's even pushing himself from behind, right? And she's doing cartwheels. She's like, woohoo, I'm taking a leap of faith. I'm moving forward, right? So there's the heater, the leap of faith woman, the running after man, who's propelling himself forward, and he doesn't mind that he's naked. He's got nice legs, that guy. Notice that? Look at his calves. Okay, so there's those three. And what will be the last one? Let's see. I think the last one... This is Garden's Gaia's Garden. So let's do Gaia's Garden. I like that. Aren't these beautiful? I love these. I got these when I went on my quest up Northern California. And I found them in a thrift store, actually. Of course, I find so many things in thrift stores. So Gaia's Garden. She's been crying. Because this is Mother. This is Mother Earth, right? She's been crying about what's been happening to the planet. So she's about environmental awareness. And this is the Moon Goddess. I love that. That's very sacred to me and my twin. These are my soul colors. Okay. So now that we have those choices, I'll say them again. My computer's gone to sleep yet again. I take my hands off of it for 1 second and it goes to sleep. Okay. I keep crossing my legs. Not good for women to cross their legs. But I need to get maybe a bigger chair that I can sit cross-legged in. Okay, so we got one message to start for everybody, and I gotta ask who it is. Maybe I shouldn't do it because it's very, very specific. I'll ask Spirit if they can give us who it is, because the card was literally lying on the ground, and it was a card that came out yesterday in a reading for someone, and it's pretty wonderful. So I'm wondering if I should just let it be. Okay, I heard let it be. If it wants to come out later, it will. All right, so let me write these things down so I don't forget what we have. We have the heater, the space heater. Space heater. So it's kind of like we're from space, right? Space heater. The space heater is going to be water signs. Then we have the cartwheel girl, cartwheel woman. Cartwheel woman. That's actually really good because the wheel is about moving forward, right? Cartwheel woman. And then we got the running man. And then we have Gaia's Garden. It's the Gaia Goddess. We'll call it the Gaia Goddess. I like that. So that's going to be a beautiful one for earth signs, the Gaia Goddess. The running man is going to be, that's interesting. I wonder who the running man is. So if the space heater is the water signs, and the cartwheel woman is the fire signs. So air signs is the running man. Huh, that's interesting. What day is it today? I hope it's not Saturday, is it? Hold on. I never know what day it is. Shoot, I hope it's not, because I'm supposed to meet somebody to deliver some sage wands. Isn't it Friday? Oh my. I need to find out somehow what day it is, because if it is, I need to run really quickly. All right, let's begin with the singing bowl, okay? Positive energy. Ooh, Stephen Farmer just posted a picture of a great tiger in a box. Isn't that adorable? Doesn't matter what kind of a cat you are, big, tiny, or humongous. You show a cat a box, they're in it. Okay, hold on. I do have to look at this, because if this is my client, I need to meet. I thought I wrote 12:30. I'm in Los Angeles. We'll be home later today. Oh, good. It's tomorrow. When you work for yourself, you don't know what day it is ever. Or time. Okay, here we go. Let me turn this so you guys can watch the singing bowl. Okay. That reminds me of Big Ben in England. When it goes, the chimes. Okay. So we're going to start. You know what? I have to grab something really quick. I didn't want to stop while I was in the middle of the bell. When Spirit tells me, it's interesting, you know, supposed to get things set up, but when Spirit tells me to start, I have to start like right then. And I'm like, I don't even have my chia water. I haven't even taken my vitamins, like nothing. But maybe I'm supposed to show you. Because people wonder, you know, you really do what you say that you do. Yes, I do. This is how I buy my chia seeds. It's like $3 or $4 for this bag. It's freaking awesome. And I give it quite a healthy dose. But I have a little bit of a headache starting, which, like I said, I don't get headaches. I don't get headaches. But the people in my life that I connect to do. So it's kind of it's difficult as an empath. It really is. You know, if you're around, that's why it's really, really important that you be in a positive environment. And that's why if people are having a really difficult time, and because of the environment that they're in, and Spirit says to them, Spirit says, if you are not in that energy, if you remove yourself from that toxic energy, your health will improve radically. And you're thinking, what are you talking about? But I don't get headaches. But if I'm around somebody who does, and somebody who's actually just gets that toxic, like if you're around somebody who's bipolar, you will deal with those symptoms, even though you're not. You will take that on. That's why it's very confusing for empathic people. You know, they may think that that's their issue. It's not their issue. It's the person that they're connected to that has those issues. So that's why it's very, very important to be in an environment for yourself that is healthy, conducive to light, positive energy. Because who needs to be having bipolar problems when you're not even bipolar, right? There is somebody that lives near me that's bipolar. And when my energy shifts, I know what's happening and I need to create space. So that's a message. I'm just doing this for myself, because I don't want to stop the reading. Okay. We're going to start with space heater or water signs. And we're going to go, I guess the vampire deck is where we start. And then we're going to go to the Universal Love deck. I've talked to you guys in the past about the Universal Love deck, Tony Carmine Salerno, and my very first deck of his, Universal Love deck, it's a little paper one. It was one of my favorites. But then he redid the deck. A lot of the authors, they'll redo the decks. And a lot of times, like Doreen Virtue, like you can see that I've got a lot of Doreen Virtue's decks, right? But these were the original ones. And then once they get to a certain place where, you know, she was running out of stuff and she was just trying to make money. So they'll take the same decks and they'll just mix them all up. And you won't know that until you buy the deck, but it's all the same. You know, the cards aren't even different. So, but when Tony Carmine Salerno redid that deck, so I didn't know it was that deck and I bought it, right? And it worked out well for me in that case because the cards, he did it because he wanted to have the cards done. I guess when he did the first one, maybe he was starting out, I don't know, but he had it was done in a more expensive and a bigger, you know, deck, and the pictures are beautiful. There is one card missing, which is a bummer. It's not, I don't know that it's missing. I think that it's rewritten, and there's something that was in it that was written differently that I didn't like as much, so I keep both decks. But this is the one they wanted us to work with, I think, because I'm going to be reading the pictures, which I like to do. Okay. I'm really curious to see, with this weather, this is the kind of weather that the Osprey would love to be in, so I'm curious to see if we'll see him or her. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For those who chose the space heater or water signs. Hunter. Okay, we keep hearing this song, don't we? I'd rather be the hunter than the prey, right? This is the story. This is what's going on here. This person believes, or you believe, that you have to be the aggressor. You've got to be the one to go after. You've got to be the hunter. I've got to hunt you down. I'd rather be the hunter than the prey. Now, you may feel that way because you have been someone else's prey, right? And you don't want to be that way. So you would rather, it's kind of like, you know what, I'd rather, it's kind of, what I get is, I get an image of a cougar. I always get the cougar because when I lived in Sedona, that's where I met the cougar. And the cougar energy came to me really, really strong. And they always perch up above on, that's for their prey, because no one can get them from behind. That's why cats like to stay up high. They're safe up there. They're able to look down and see what's down below them, and no one can get them from behind. So when you're hiking, you're constantly having to look up on the ledges around, because that's where the cougars are gonna perch, right? So this hunter, aggressor, tracker, provider. So even in this world, it's like you gotta hunt it down, you gotta kill it, right? Like if to go out and get the food, I'm sorry, there's something on my glasses and it's driving me crazy. I just gotta grab my cleanser. So if you're somebody that's providing for your family, right? You gotta go out, you gotta hunt the deer or whatever it is that they were doing in the olden days. We don't have to do it in these days. I'm supposed to be vegetarian. Don't let me get off on my little tangent there, because that is me fully. But I wasn't always a vegetarian. I loved chicken and I loved tuna fish. It was a hard thing for me to give up, I gotta tell you. But Spirit says no, you know, you gotta purify your body, and no eating your friends, and that was easy for me. That's what did it for me. You know, those are my messengers. I recognize that they are actually angels. They're spirits, guides, and I couldn't eat them. So my body suffered. My skin started getting crepey. My muscle tone I lost because I wasn't getting the muscle, like the hormones. I don't know what I wasn't getting from the meat, but hopefully somebody can help me balance it out, or maybe my body's just going through a transition and it will balance out. But this is kind of giving you that idea. So the family goes off, or the man goes off to hunt, right? I gotta go, or even in the animal kingdom, they gotta go out and hunt to provide. I gotta hunt it down, I gotta track it, and that's the way it's gotta be. And that's what this person believes. But 3 and 2 is 5, which means there's a significant change happening in your life, and it's always for the better, right? And the change is that isn't necessary anymore. If you have been somebody, I'm looking for my other cards. If you have been somebody that has been hunted in the past, it didn't feel good, did it? I'd rather be the hunter than the prey, right? Well, of course you would rather not be, but wouldn't you rather not be either? So this is a message that shows you that, you know, even in the business world, right? There's competition. It's a very competitive world out there in any way. You gotta go for the gold. You gotta go for the throat, and you kind of have that put in you that there's going to be a death of something in order for something else to live, right? If we go out there and it's between man and beast, it's going to be the beast that's got to go, or you know, you got to save your life. So basically, the message is in everything as far as hunting, something has to die in order for something else to live, is basically what it is. You've got to give up one energy in order to allow another energy to live. Oh my God, now I understand why they were showing me this. Okay, this morning I was listening to another reader, right? And I was listening to them as they went on about these messages, and the messages were intense. And as I listened to the person's reading, I felt the energy of the messages, but the person was like, la, 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 like they were reading a book. You know, anyone can learn how to read tarot. But she wasn't connecting with the message. I was hearing what Spirit had to say. And what was really intriguing is they were speaking about, or she was, and this is another thing about why I like oracle cards and why I like intuitive reading. And there are a lot of tarot readers that read intuitively, and I really like them. Or will read the pictures, right? Not just by, like say here, right? So here's what is this? The Angel Tarot, right? So if I were to be a tarot card reader and just do the Angel Tarot, oh, 2 of fire. All right, this is fire signs. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, right? This is 2 of wands. So this is, you know, so you talk about, okay, there's these 2 partners, right? And they're fire signs. And then you go here and you're like, okay, hold on. Let me see if I can find another suit. Okay, well, this one obviously is an earth sign, right? So you're talking about, so they start telling the story. They start telling a story as they get it. And there's 2 fire signs and an earth sign here. And so what she was talking about was, and I heard the message and I got what it was. It was talking about, she was reading it as a third-party situation. 3 people, right? But what it actually was it was the same person. It was one person was a fire sign, and the other two individuals were one individual. It was their earth sign, their moon sign and their sun sign. And I say that, sometimes I have my Aries come out in me, right? My sun sign. Sometimes my moon sign comes out. Now, your rising sign is a little bit more removed. I always say kind of stick more to your moon and your sun, because that's basically your two sides of your personality that are predominant, right? But I do pull from that in other ways. So as an Aries, I'm aggressive, I'm strong, I'm determined, I can speak it, I'm tough, right? I fight for the underdog, I'm a fighter, right? I'm goddess of war. And Pisces, in my Pisces moon, I'm loving and nurturing and gentle. I'm in my intuitive self. I'm very dreamy, right? Well, they were speaking about a person who had earth and water in themselves, but they were showing it as a third party situation. Well, this person, they're trying to choose between, they're going to get rid of the water, and they're going to stick to the earth. And as soon as that happens, they're going to come forward to the Aries. And I'm like, it's not two different people. It's the same person. It's like yesterday, if I were to have stayed in that negative Aries energy that was wanting to be spoken, right? That would have been a difficult place for me or anyone else around me. I didn't, because I was just delivering messages. But we can do that, right? I can get stuck. I can give you a message of all of our signs, because I hate doing signs, but I have to do this because so many people watch and they're so used to tarot, right? You can't label anyone, because we all have all of the signs within us. All of us do. We are predominantly this, that, but we have all of us. And it depends on what we've been through in our life. We can be an afflicted Aries, or we can be an enlightened, balanced Aries, right? I can tell you who I was 10 years ago and who I am now is not the same person. I have ascended. I've enlightened myself. So the negative aspects, I feel like this top is just too low. The negative aspects of myself, which I'm calling negative, and they're not actually, because they're very positive qualities as well. But you can have a negative spin on your own sign, right? So if you have too much water, you're not gonna work well with an Aries, with a fire sign. You're gonna put the fire out, right? If you have too much water in you coming at you, you're gonna put the connection out between you and a fire sign, because it squelches it. So what was gonna have to happen was that the heavy water was dying off, so that the earth could take over more and move forward. Otherwise, there wasn't gonna be any forward movement. Now a fire sign, right? If you have too much fire, you're gonna burn up the water, right? It's gonna be gone. It's not going to be steamy, it's just going to be evaporated. So you've got to find a balance. So what I was watching happen, it was really interesting how Spirit showed it to me, was that part of that individual was dying off. And that's what's happening here. They're telling us that in order for something else to live, another part has to die. So within our own selves, and I used astrological signs just to emphasize it, but you can do it in any way. Whatever aspect in ourself that we have, there's a part of us that has to die in order for another part of us to come to life. I said when Lily died, a part of me died, right? And then I was reborn in a different way. Lily was very codependent. Lily couldn't survive without me there. She needed me there. If I went away, she stopped eating, right? So there was a codependent aspect in my life that I needed my twin soul, right? I needed him there. I was dying without him. And it got to the place where this has to stop, right? That will never happen. I said yesterday, no man will take care of me. I will take care of myself. If I choose to come together with someone, we will come together and we'll help one another. But I don't rely on anyone else. So there was a difficult part of my life when I lost my little girl. I loved her, right? But that part of me died when she died. That codependent needing, falling apart. I was literally dying. I told you guys, I looked in the mirror. I saw a picture of my mother right before she died and my girlfriend right before she died. And I saw a picture of myself and I saw my face. And I said, I see the same face. And that look was the look of someone who's dying. And I said, I cried and I said to Spirit, this has got to stop. This is not going to happen. And it was 3 days after Lily died. And I realized, so this is what's happening here with you. They're telling you that a part of you has to die in order for another part of you to come to life. Why did I lose my card? I don't even know where it went. Oh, here it is. There's many different messages to this meaning. That that something has to die in order for another part of you to be born. And the fact that you don't have to be the aggressor. As I said with this right here, you could look at that and that could be a man. This could be a woman running. Now, a woman's going to have a bigger butt than a guy, right? And I'm looking at that myself. And you know what? I've got really big calves. My family, we're known. I don't know if you guys can tell. I can't because of what I'm wearing. But we've got really muscular calves. I would have a bigger butt than a guy would have. I'm holding the flower. I may be running to give this one who's doing cartwheels, right? I may be the one that's running. But it can go in reverse. I mean, this is supposed to be the female, and that's actually in my life. I'm not running after anyone, but I could be. I could be giving that love, right? It's basically saying, like, there are situations where somebody's quite shy, and as a male, and they need a female to come up and ask them out, right? It needs to be the female that says, hey, why don't we do this, or why don't we do that? So it doesn't, wrong card. It doesn't have to be, and that's interesting that one came up. Because this is rules. This is the way it should be. This is religion. So religion says this is the way it's done. The man is the pursuer. The man is the one who is the bread earner, right? It's not, some people believe that they're very traditional and they don't think that a woman should be in a position of running their own business, doing their own thing. They should be home. My son-in-law is Jewish and he owns, that's awful. That's awful. I was going to say he's married to my daughter. He owns my daughter. That's not the truth. She would never allow it. But in his mind, the wife stays home. That was his tradition. He takes care of his family, and it's really hard for him. He kills himself, but he wants his wife to stay at home, but he's putting pressure on himself. So that came out for a reason. You don't always have to be the provider. The woman can help you. We're supposed to be a complement to one another, right? Spirit has two strong individuals come together. So that did not come out accidentally. I know that this is going on rather long, but it's meant to at this time. So also, another message in the fact that you take a look at the way this one looks. Competition. I say we don't have any competition. Now, in the workforce, there are people competing. Remember the song? Spirit says, everyone's competing for a love they won't receive because what this palace wants is release, right? I always believe it's Spirit talking. I love that song. Because in this world, people think that they have to compete to get something. If I have to compete for your love, it's not my love. I have no competition. And this card, somebody believes that they have to be ruthless, that they have to fight for somebody. If you've got to fight for somebody, they're not meant to be with you. You shouldn't have to fight for somebody. And if you have that mindset that that's what it needs to be, and if somebody offers, so you may have that mindset. And if somebody is willing, somebody like this says, here's my love, take my love, I'm bringing you my love. Oh no, that's not the way it works. I'm supposed to pursue you. No, you're not supposed to do anything. There's no rules. Okay? So that was for all water signs. It was rather long. I think that was for everybody, actually. We're going to break it up, and I guess we're going to go with the magical messages from the fairies. So we'll start with Cancer. Correct for neutrality on all levels. So the aggressor, the tracker, the provider. You don't have to be ruthless. You don't have to be the only one out there. You don't have to be acting tough because you'd rather be the hunter than the prey because somebody's been that way with you. Let's see what it means for you. Cancers. Flower power. So when I look at this, I see gentleness. I see gentleness here. Flower petals, and she's picking the dew off of the petals. And that you're being told that actually flower essences would help you right now. They would help maybe tone down this aggressive tendency or maybe give you strength to move forward. But this is gentleness. This is loving, gentle energy. And you see the emotion, right? So I would say, Cancer, you need to be a little more gentle. Maybe with yourself or with another. Maybe someone has been this way to you, right? You have felt like you've been hunted or attacked. I said, I'm being stalked right now. I know that, right? So maybe you've been in fear of somebody like this. It requires a more gentle touch. Or maybe it requires you to have a more gentle touch because that's what somebody feels, right? You're too aggressive. You're too aggressive. That's what I learned, right? Stop chasing. I don't chase. I thought I was offering love. The other person understood it as aggression because they weren't used to somebody being, I'm an Aries. I'm very honest and very open. This is how I feel. If I care about you, you're going to know I care about you. My hair's stuck on the back of my I'm stuck on the back of my necklace. I have to take that down. So if you know that I mean, if I care about you, you're going to know it. Doesn't mean that I'm going to hunt you down and aggressively pursue you and attack you. It means I loved you. But you misunderstood that because of religion or because of what you were taught, right? That the male's role is supposed to be this. You're not used to that. Or maybe somebody else was very aggressive and you felt hunted. So Cancer, you're being told that maybe a softer touch would be helpful in the situation that you're in, or that you yourself need gentleness because you felt this energy. Okay? Correct for neutrality on all levels. I need another bite of my nanner. Song right now, I'm waking up. Checking out of the prison bus. This is it, the apocalypse. It feels like it outside. It snowed in Sedona. Oh, I wanted to go so bad. I don't love any place in the snow as much as I love Sedona in the snow. Oh, it's just heaven. It's the Magic Kingdom. Oh, that was in my dream. I was in my dream. I had very intensive dreams last night. Wow. My little boy came out last night. It was quite sociable. It was pretty cool. He hissed at me a few times too when I came out too quickly. See? Because he's used to somebody aggressively pursuing him. And I said, it's me. He didn't even realize, he saw me coming. And I said, hey, baby. And I went to put my hand down and he went, he hissed. And I thought, what are you doing? It's me. And then he felt bad and he kind of puts his head up against me and started giving me affection. So sometimes people have a knee-jerk reaction, right? I'm sorry I behaved in that way. I'm used to this, I'm not that person though. I know, it just triggered something in me, right? He got triggered. So like that person yesterday that said to me, wow, you seem angry, take a breath. They were triggered by something. Actually, that makes sense, what that person said. You seem angry, take a breath. What someone else said was not. What someone else said was you are, what was it? You are old and bitter. I'm so not old and bitter. Okay, Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio. Assertiveness. Okay, so stand up for your beliefs and say yes only if you really want to. So in this situation, you're being told to be the assertive one. So maybe you have not been aggressive enough, right? You have to, if you want something, you got to go after it. You've got to be assertive. That's just very simple. That's it. Stand up for your beliefs and only say yes if you want to. So don't be pressured. So maybe somebody is aggressively, like somebody is at you. Somebody's, and you're being told to stand up because you're being more passive aggressive, or you're being, you feel threatened possibly, or maybe you're just being too nice. Like yesterday, remember? Yesterday we were being told to tell somebody to back off. There may be somebody hunting you. Right? There may be somebody aggressively tracking you and you need to say to them, no, I'm sorry. Or maybe you need to just say how you feel about something, right? In order for you to get what you want, you need to stand up for your beliefs. Now, here's another example. The way I spoke yesterday, right? I was told to say those things. Look at the light. This is coming from the light. It's not coming from dark energy. This is coming from light energy. Sometimes Spirit says, take up the sword and make it firm. Make it noticeable, right? Sometimes Spirit says you have got to be aggressive in your self-protection, in saying no. If somebody doesn't understand, if they don't get it, like that person wrote me back. I said to them yesterday, I said, I'm done with all of you. I'm done with all of you. Go away. I wrote everything down. I said, I know who you are and I'm done with all of you. And after I say all of that, you think that would cause that person to maybe pause and think, okay, I'm going to step back? No. I wake up this morning and there's 2 more emails because they don't get it. So Spirit says, if they're not getting it, you need to be loud. So you're being told to be loud. I'm being shown it was a woman or someone who's acting like a child. Okay. Now I'm going to go to Pisces. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Song playing right now. Why don't you just be you and me be me? You try to fit your hand in my hand and it just doesn't fit. Let the past go. Let it be. Let it be. There's no course on earth that'll make this feel right. Trying to push this problem up the hill. I think it's time to let it go. So why don't you be you and me be me? Pisces. Daughter, that's interesting. That's what I saw. So the answer to your question involves your daughter. So, okay, I'm going to give a few different messages to this. Somebody has been inappropriately pursued. Somebody has been molested. Somebody has been, somebody has run from an aggressive person. Somebody hurt them. Somebody hurt them. And it's difficult in their childhood. So they were hurt in their childhood. It was awful what was done, and they were not believed. Or they didn't feel protected. They didn't feel protected. And so now they put up a wall to protect themselves because of what happened in their childhood. So that you need to understand that. I understand that. Actually, this is maybe you telling your story. Gotta have high hopes. Shooting for the stars. I didn't have a plan, but I always had a vision. Mama said, don't give up. It's a little complicated. There's two parts to this person in here. There's this part and there's this part. They're the same person. So you need to reach back for the innocence that was stolen when you were young, and let go of this need to become. What you've done is you've become, something has happened to you where you were victimized, and instead of being the victim, you chose to become an abuser, because that can happen. You don't have to be a victim, and you don't have to be an abuser. You can rise above it. And Spirit says, let go of what happened that made you feel that you needed to be the hunter, that you needed to be the aggressor, because you have now switched from being a victim to being an abuser. And you can't. You've got to let that go. You don't have to protect yourself. You're an adult now. It's over. It isn't. You need to recapture what you lost as a child. Because we all have the child within us. There is this little child within us that wants to have fun, that wants to play, that wants to love, that's reaching for the flowers, that wants to do this, that wants to do cartwheels. And look, there's someone running after you, giving you flowers. Don't run. Have fun. See, that's a feminine energy down there. This could be that this is what happened to a male or a female as a child. Something happened that made them feel that they had to become the predator, right? Because they had been pursued and they weren't going to allow that to happen again. So Spirit's saying, lighten up your energy. Have fun. Petunias. Petunias. There's a message in petunias. Petunia is a hothouse flower. They do grow out in the cold, though, you know. Petunia meaning, because they grow in Canada. But it's a family of the nightshade family. Okay, the nightshade family. So this is your night side, right? This is your night side. This is your light side. Spirit wants you to go more into your light side. Remember, I told you a part of that person had to die. They were saying, oh, he's a three-party situation, right? He's fooling around with a water sign, this earth sign. And he's got to leave that water sign if he wants this situation with this fire sign to move forward. No, what he needs to do is integrate. He needs to bring both together, right? So if you bring this child together with this woman, this angry woman and this child come together, you have a happy grown woman, right? Or man. But this is feminine energy. This is loving, nurturing energy. So this is energy that someone took advantage of you when you had this gentleness about you. You were a child. It might have been an older woman that did this to you. I believe that it was. Could have molested you when you were young. Could have been mean to you when you were young. It could have been a male. I saw a female for this particular situation. My child was molested by a man. He was kind of a feminine energy of a man, but he took advantage of her, and I had no idea. And she carries it to this day. I'm not understanding, how is it that I couldn't know that? How is it that I didn't protect her? But I didn't know. And a second I knew, he was out, man. He was out. But it's affected her whole life, and she needs to let it go, because you hold on to this bitterness and anger. it has nowhere to go. What are you going to do with it? So you're going to put it on somebody, and you're going to put it on the one that loves you the most, because you know they're not going to leave you. But it pushes away what you want, pushes away your happiness. Song. Shine bright like a diamond, I saw the light. Oh, this is a beautiful song for this particular message. I'm going to leave it at that. That was heavy for me. That was heavy for me personally. So I'm going to ask to clear that, my heart. And look, it might have been a religious person, somebody in the church, because this came out as well for them. And it was with my daughter. The person that molested my daughter was in the church. And they didn't believe my daughter. They believed him because he was an adult. I believed my daughter. I had the church come to my home. When they found out that I was going to divorce him, I kicked him out immediately as soon as I found out. And he denied it, right? And everyone loved him. Everyone loved him. The whole old men loved him. Young women loved him. Children loved him. They're good. They're good because molesters know what they're doing, right? They study their victims and they study the person. He studied the person to choose to become his wife, me. And they know. They set it all up. They set up the perfect little situation. And nobody believed her. And I kicked him out, and I was divorcing him. And they came to my house and said, if you divorce him, you don't have scriptural grounds. In order to get a divorce, there has to be scriptural proof that he slept with her. She wouldn't talk. She was 12, and there needed to be scriptural grounds. And I said, I'm divorcing him. And they said, if you divorce him, that's not the way the rules work. If you divorce him, you will be disfellowshipped from the congregation, which means I would be excommunicated. And I said, get the fuck out of my house. I'm done with all of you. So when I moved from Canada to California, I left my country. I left my town. I left my house. I lost half of my property, right? I sold my house at a loss because my daughter couldn't go anywhere in that little town without seeing this molester. I call him the molester. I don't even call him by his name. He doesn't deserve a name for what he did. He denied what he did. And then later he admitted it to me. 3 weeks later, he admitted to me what he did. But he watered it down, and everyone else believed his story, right? Oh, well, he might have done something a little inappropriate, but, Elise was always a little bit of a, whatever, No, but my daughter carries that anger against me because I was supposed to protect her. So you need to think about this too. Are you holding anger against someone who wasn't able to protect you? Or is it to do with somebody in a religious situation that did this to you, right? Not okay. Spirit says you have the ability now to rise past it. Everything that happens in our life actually happens for a reason. It really does. And in situations like that, you're supposed to be able to take that situation as an enlightened being, and you're supposed to know how to rise above that, put it behind you. It isn't happening now. They can't get you now. I know that my daughter has fear. She tells me that when her husband goes to kiss her, she has a memory of that. It comes back up. So it's not healed yet. Right? And it may take a very long time, but we have to remember that part is over. They can't get us. They can't hurt us anymore. The only way they can hurt us is if we allow that to happen. So we have to take our power back and say, I will not be your victim, right? I'm not a child anymore, right? Maybe you're angry. Maybe that was the message too. You're angry at this one and you're going to hunt that one down. But you know what? You're giving them your power. Walk away from it. Take back your happiness and your innocence. Let them carry that. Okay, sorry, that just all came out. I don't know why I say I'm sorry. And these glasses, oh, hold on. I would like to get LASIK for my eyes so I don't have to deal with this. I'd rather just heal my eyes, Father. I'd rather just heal my eyes. Right? Bring me back my vision, my hawk vision. I liked it. It was awesome. That was one of my favorite things about myself. I had such amazing eyesight. It was so crisp, and when I went on my spiritual journey, Spirit took my eyes. Bam! Just like that. Swear to God. And I know it was to teach me to learn to look it through my third eye, but it's quite annoying with these glasses. Song right now. That is exactly what the story was. Oh my God. Because of you. I didn't give you the petunia flower meaning. I'll give it in a second. This is important. Wow, this is really important. That's what the water sign message was. For Pisces. I will not make the same mistakes that you did. I will not let myself cause my heart so much misery. I will not break the way you did. You fell so hard. I learned the hard way to never let it get that far. I learned to be this. Because of you, I never stray too far from the sidewalk. Because of you, I learned to play on the safe side of the street. This little one, right? It should have been safe when they were young, but they weren't. Because of you, I find it hard to trust not only me, but everyone around me. Because of you, I am afraid I lose my way. It's not too long before you pointed out to me and I cannot cry because I know that's weakness in your eyes. I'm forced to fake a smile, a laugh every day of my life. My heart can't possibly break when it wasn't even whole to start with. Because of you, I never stray too far from the sidewalk. Because of you, I've learned to play on the safe side of the street so I don't get hurt. Because of you, I find it hard to trust not only me, but everyone around me. Because of you, I am afraid. When people are afraid, they act angry, right? I watched you die. I heard you cry every night in your sleep. I was so young. You should have known better than to lean on me. You never thought of anyone else. You just saw your pain. And now I cry in the middle of the night for the same damn thing. Because of you, I never stray too far from the sidewalk. Because of you, I learned to play on the safe side so I don't get hurt. Because of you, I try my hardest just to forget everything. Because of you, I don't know how to let anyone in. Because of you, I'm ashamed of my life because it's empty. Because of you, I'm afraid. Because of you. What we need to learn as adults is that sometimes your parent was a victim too. My daughter doesn't understand that I was a victim too. This one is saying, because of you, I'm ashamed, I'm afraid, you're hard on me. So you've gone through something difficult, mom or dad, and because of you, you were hard on me. I wasn't allowed to cry. I wasn't allowed to show my feelings. I was taught not to show my heart because I was shown as weakness. So there's two ways of looking at that. My daughter was a victim, but I was too. I believed in him. I trusted him too, and I was a victim. It destroyed my life and my daughter. Do you think it doesn't affect me that it destroyed my daughter that I didn't know? But then there's another situation when parents act as though their children are their best friend, and they tell them all their sad stories and all their upsets, and they watch them go through one abusive relationship after another. My daughter watched me go through that, and she had to carry that. And because of that, I was too lenient on her. I was very, very lenient on her. I let her get away with being very, very disrespectful because I felt guilty because of what had happened to her. But the point was, I didn't do it. It happened to me too. No, she didn't ask to be brought into that family, but I didn't either. We were both victims. So this is about forgiveness and allowing the past to go so that we can all move forward, because nobody can undo the past. But we don't want to carry it through into the future and continue to hold this angry, cold energy where in all reality, you're afraid of letting someone in because you're going to be hurt again. We're not the same people as we were then. We're strong. And if you shut your heart down, you're never going to feel love. You're never going to be happy. You're always going to be running. And that's not a fun way to be. Hold on. Ugh. Sorry, mascara's stinging my eyes. I'd rather have you not look at me right now, thanks, because my eyes are all full of tears. Please just help me out here. I just want to move on to the next reading. See what I mean? This is what an empath gets. All right, so now we're going to go to, did we do Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces? Yeah, so now we're going to go to fire signs. The cartwheeling woman, the leap of faither, okay? And I don't want to do any more of that. That was enough for me. I can't do any more of that today. So we're going to do the universal love deck. This is why Spirit said I was going to do both. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For those who chose the cartwheeling woman or fire signs, correct for neutrality on all levels. You don't want attention. You just want attention. You don't want my heart song playing. If that means something for someone, maybe it's a message. Correct neutrality on all levels. I thought another was going to drop. Universal heart. So Spirit wants you to look at this picture. You can see this man crying, his beautiful eyes. It's actually Jesus. face. This is actually the face of my twin. He looks just like that if anyone ever wants to see what he looks like. That's him. But what we want you to do is we want you to focus on the third eye. Okay? Oh, I was supposed to tell you the petunia meaning. I think I was supposed to do it now because it must be for everyone, but I know Cancer. It was Cancer, I believe, that I don't know if it was Cancer, I can't remember. Basically, it symbolizes anger and resentment. Heated disagreement or an argument. So that makes sense, doesn't it? And that's what was happening because of childhood issues. There was anger, and anger is because of fear. So I just needed to bring that out. Okay, so the universal heart, they want you to focus on the green dot in the center of the forehead. To me, that's the beryl crystal. And what you want to do is, you know how you do you focus on something in the center and then you allow everything to kind of fuzz? So do that. Allow everything else to fuzz out. And what do you see? Eventually, what you should only see are the stars. So it's basically asking you to focus, take a soft focus to the situation. And I'm looking at my twin's face, and I focus on that, and I let it blur, and I see the stars. So it's like there's a bigger picture. There isn't just that one thing that you're looking at, right? And everything disappears into something else. The song right now, I never thought I would let a rumor ruin my moonlight. Somebody heard something or misunderstood something, and it made them very angry. So basically, it's telling you that you aren't just this person, right? You aren't just this person. I'm looking at my twin, but this could be you looking at yourself, right? Or this could be someone else that resembles someone else for you. But basically what it is you look at the center and you allow this all to blur, and you realize it's not just this human, it's everything. There's such a bigger picture. So the fact that there was abuse, or a parent who treated a child like their security blanket, told them all their stories, or all their sad stories, and wanted them to be their best friend and be there for them, or somebody who was molested, and that's a part. It's not all of who you are. We have to look at the bigger picture. We come from the stars. There's so much grander within us because we are a part of that, and we need to embrace that. I'm just focusing on his sadness. The sadness. But you know what? Don't focus on the sadness. So this is what we don't want to do. When we have someone in our life, I'm thinking of my daughter, and I'm thinking of my twin and what they've went through. I've seen what my twin went through. I watched it as a child. I've watched as an adult what he's been through. It made him angry. It made him bitter. It made him, scared. My daughter, the same thing. And we have to look past that, past just the person, and see the whole story. But also recognize that they're bigger than that. There's more than that in them. So we want to focus on the positive. We want to focus on their light, the stars. Focus on the light aspect of them. We don't see them as broken. We don't see them as angry. We don't see them as bitter. We focus on the light within them and bring that out. So then we're going to go to the mermaids, magical mermaids, okay? Song, I Found a Girl. Beautiful and sweet. I never knew you were the one waiting for me. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For Aries. Oh, see my hair? My hair gets stuck when I do my cards. I gotta back up a little bit. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Stop! Okay. Stop was actually this with the cards too. Aries. Empowerment. Okay. It's safe for you to be powerful. You're more powerful than you realize, and it's safe, okay? So that's telling us, now look at the people around. We're all mermaids, right? But this one's up in the light. These ones are swimming joyously around, and this one's ascending, right? Spirit says, don't be afraid of your power, right? I'm not going to be worried that some people got upset yesterday that I was too aggressive in the way I spoke, according to what they felt, right? This is telling us, this is powerful energy. You are light. You are a light. Others are looking up to you. They're looking up to our example. They're also looking up to the fact that it's safe for us to be powerful. I'm not afraid to use my power, but I'm using my power in the light with this message. I have the ability to transcend this problem by focusing on this one's light. My powerful energy will affect this situation in a positive way. Our energy can affect situations to the detriment or to the positive. I give love to the one. I send love. And when somebody is angry or somebody's pushing you away, I still send love. My daughter hasn't spoken to me. I gave her Christmas presents, right? I've called her, I've emailed her. She's not speaking. She's working through her issues. She's dealing with this bullshit. I know that because these messages are showing me that. So same with my twin, same with somebody in your life. You have the power to look at these people and see the light in them. I see my twin as strong. I see he is so connected. He taught me how to channel. I didn't know how to channel. My twin taught me that. He taught me. I remember when I was confused, I heard the word Anasazi. Does that mean something to us? Yes, it's the ancient ones. They're coming to teach you. Listen to them. He may have issues. He may have things that he deals with, but he's powerful and he's connected and he's a master. And my daughter has got amazing qualities. My little girl, who was 6 years old when she was molested by some sick fuck who was molested by his father and probably had gone generations past, right? My daughter, was robbed of her childhood. She didn't get to be a happy little thing after he came into her life. But she doesn't have to stay in that place now. My loving energy will help heal that situation. I will send love into that situation. We are powerful. Also, you will affect change in another one's life. This one is crying. This one is a star child, very sensitive. You can see how sensitive I am, right? That's the Pisces in me. My twin is Pisces, right? And it doesn't have to be Pisces. I'm just talking about that energy, that emotional energy. It's a loving energy. So if you've got that emotional energy within you, I can affect that in a positive way. I can take that emotional energy and lift it in love, right? I can because anger is only someone that's afraid. And what heals anger? Love. What heals fear? Love. This one that runs because someone cut a hole in their heart. This one says, I had a hole in my heart too, but that makes the light get into it. And I've got a flower to give you, and you deserve it. I have to support myself. I'm strong. I'm able to support myself. I'm now showing this as a woman and this as a man, okay? I am supporting myself by reaching for the light, by smelling the flowers. You're falling. Don't. We need to support ourselves, right? We need to support ourselves. Hold on. Yes, we need to support ourselves. Hold on. My little stupid things aren't working here. Come on, help me out here. One day when my light is glowing, I'll be in my castle golden. But until the gates are open, I just want to feel this moment. So it is safe for you to be powerful. And in your power, you can affect change in a positive way. Reach for the light, right? This one is reaching for the light. Everyone has emotional issues that we can drown in. We can stay in this emotional stuck place, right? But if we reach for the light, we can rise above. We're freaking mermaids. We know how to swim through our emotional waters. Reach for the light. You have the power to affect change. Don't fear your powerful energy. Don't be afraid that you're going to turn a man off because you're powerful. Because you know what? If you turn a man off because you're strong and you're powerful, I support myself, right? I support myself. I come across looking like a male. Oh, in my family, it's the men who do that, right? You're supposed to be out there running around skipping in daisies, you know? Well, the thing is this. I had children I had to support by myself, right? Somebody molested my daughter. I wasn't going to stick around for that bullshit. I left the country, came to the United States, started struggling. I had to work. My daughter doesn't probably remember a lot of this, but I had to work in another town an hour away. I worked until 10 o'clock at night. I didn't have time. I had to be strong, right? I can use my power in a positive way. I'm not going to hold on to the anger, the resentment. I was molested as a child too, right? My whole family was, all the way back. But I'm not going to turn around and make it be something that's going to keep me in this place. I'm going to rise above and I'm going to be powerful. Because those instances and those things that have happened in my life, I've had a really, really rough life. Those things that have happened in my life have helped me understand this. I can now empathize with this. I can understand what my daughter's going through. My daughter's been very, very mean to me. She's pushed me away. She's not allowed me in. It hurts me, but she's been hurt. She hasn't been able to deal with her issues. I have to hold a space of love. It makes me powerful. It lifts my energy and it lifts them out of their darkness. So this is for you. This is the way that this message is going, okay? This is interesting because I'm talking to fire signs. I'm talking to Aries. And that's me. And so I'm just reiterating for myself why I'm doing what I'm doing, right? Don't take it personally. Remember, where is it? Our 4 agreements? Don't take it personally. It's not about you. They have their own issues they're working with. But you can affect it for positive. You can affect positive change by the way that you look at the situation. Take your trials, take your challenges, take everything and use it to help someone else. Use it to rise above. It is safe for you to be powerful. Whoever, I was told my whole life, I remember that, I thought, shit, man, I'm never going to get into the paradise. I told you guys this, as a Jehovah's Witness child. I went to the Kingdom Hall and I listened to the talks that were given, the speeches, right? The sermons, and no one ever had to tell me what to listen to. I took all the messages for myself. You don't understand. When I'm harsh, these are all my messages. They're my messages. I take them all for me first. And I came home and I was crying and my dad said, "What's wrong?" And I was crying and I didn't want to tell him. He said, "What's wrong, Sherry?" And I said, "I'm never going to get into the kingdom of the heaven." And he said, "What are you talking about?" And I said, "The brother said that the meek and mild are going to inherit the kingdom. They're going to be the ones that inherit the earth. I'm never going to be meek and mild. That's not who I am." And he laughed and he said, "Sherry, Peter cut off the ear of the soldier's sword that was trying to take his master, his love. I did that. I cut off the ear of the one who's after the one that I love." Right? And who did Jesus give the keys of the kingdom to? Peter, his favorite disciple. Man, that made me feel good. My grandmother always told me, she's not too much of anything. She's effervescent. Some people like it bland. Some people like it with a little bit of fizz. And she's got a little bit of fizz. And the thing is with Aries people, I do notice this about Aries people. We get a bum rap a lot of the times because people just think, oh yeah, aggressive, Aries people. They don't understand. We're actually very sensitive. We're tough on the outside, but we're very soft on the inside. That's an Aries trait. So we're not too much of anything. So embrace your power. I am. I no longer fear that a man's going to think that I'm too strong. You can't be too strong because everybody goes through a time in their life where they need a strong woman. Whenever you see a strong man, you see a strong woman at his back. Correct for neutrality on all levels. I just see Sandy right now. You go. Leos. How does this affect you in your life? Father healing. All right, Leos. There has been an issue between you and your father. And I'm not going to have to go as deep into this because of the fact that the Pisces got it, the Aries have got it, Cancer, Scorpio, it's all kind of running together. That's why I say I don't really like the signs, the zodiac signs. I just kind of like the messages because they're all kind of blending. So right now there's a Leo that has an issue with a father because the father was probably aggressive. Maybe you had an alcoholic father that was abusive to you. And because of that, you're having issues moving forward in your life, being strong, taking the lead, right? And your personal power will strengthen as you heal your father issues, right? This is also an issue for me. I take this message on. I'm not a Leo, but I take this message on. My father beat me up really, really bad when I was a kid. Really, really bad. I should have been hospitalized, right? I don't carry the anger. I know what happened. I know what drove that happen. And there's forgiveness. And there's love and there's understanding. So they're not the same person as they were then. You need to let the past go. Don't stay stuck in this place. As you give your father issues to heaven and you release it, they don't have to be your best friend, right? But you can't carry that and keep you down in this cool place, keep you down in this place where you need to remember where you came from. And remember, all of us have to remember that we came here. We chose our life and we chose our family because these were the lessons that we wanted to learn. This is about ascension. This is what it's all about, okay? It's pretty simple. If you have an issue with your father, deal with it, whatever it is. Who knows what he was going through, at the time. He can't take it back. That's another thing. A lot of times You hold on to this. Like my daughter, what does she want me to do? There's nothing that I can do. So what we do is I detach from it. I'm not taking it personally. It's not my problem. It can't be my problem, because if I make it my problem, then it is my problem. And it's not, I don't want it to be my daughter's problem either, right? So this is masculine energy. You could have had a domineering mother. You could have had an aggressive, abusive mother. That's the same thing. That father issue, it could, I was, for a long time, I was a single parent. I was a mom and a dad, right? In this house, I'm the mom and the dad of these cats. So it could be the same thing. You could have had a very masculine female in your life, right? So right now, Spirit says, I'm going to focus on the truth of my father, or my mother had to be my father. And at the time, you know, she may not have been as soft and gentle as I would have loved to have had. I would have loved to have been able to have that Leave It to Beaver home. But my mom had to be tough. She had to be strong. She had to get out there and take care of the family. She had to keep it strong, keep it together herself. I'll give you the story for me. Maybe you don't know kids, adult kids, you know. Do you realize, I've told this story before, but maybe you're new and I'll tell it again. When I found out what my ex-husband had done to my daughter, I wanted to lose I couldn't believe that my life, I thought, my God, I'd already been in a 10-year abusive relationship. 10 years. And I had been divorced. I was humiliated. And then here I thought, all right, I'll try it again, right? I was a good wife. I was a good wife. I was a good mom. I was a good Jehovah's Witness. I was a model Jehovah's Witness, except for I spoke my truth, which, you know, a lot of times they didn't want us to do that. You heard what I said to them. But I thought to myself, why? Why is this happening? I don't even want to deal with this anymore. And I called my grandmother called me. What, Sherry Lynn, what's wrong? She knew right away because I was connected. And I told her, and I said, I just want to lose my mind. I just want to go into my mind and not come back. People do it all the time. And she said, we're not made that way. So pull it together. You go have yourself a good cry, get it out, and then you pull it together, because you have 2 children that are relying on you to take care of them. They need you. They don't need their mother falling apart. They don't need to see you crying. Now that's the thing what I disagree with now, because my grandmother went through the same thing. My grandmother was molested her whole life. She had to raise 2 children. She had an abusive alcoholic husband. I mean, it's a generational issue. My daughter broke that generational issue. She's got a beautiful husband. My grandson has a beautiful mother and stepfather. Beautiful. That's what we're meant to do, is break the generational cycles. But the thing was, my grandmother said, your children don't need to see you cry. Now, you don't want to go lean on your kids and make them be your sounding board and have a 5-year-old deal with your pain. They can't handle that. They can't cope with that. But they do need to understand that you have been hurt too. You need to talk to them and say, you know what? That hurt me. That hurt me as much as it hurt you. I'm so sorry that you went through that. I didn't have that conversation with my daughter, right? Not until she was an adult. I didn't want to, I thought I was protecting her, being strong, but she never understood that I was a victim too. So yeah, pull it together, right? But recognize what your family has been through. Maybe they're not the sweetest, but maybe they couldn't. Maybe they had to be strong. Maybe if they allowed themselves to feel that, what you were feeling, they would have fallen apart. I would have been in a puddle. I didn't have time to cry. I didn't have time to cry when my little sister died, because my parents fell apart. Their marriage blew apart. They were losing their mind. I didn't cry for my little sister. I don't think I've ever cried for my little sister. It comes very infrequently. That's like when Lily died. It was like a culmination. I didn't have time to cry when my grandmother died. There was too much shit going on in my life. So a lot of times you don't understand what other people are going through and what they are carrying. Give it away. Let it go. Let spirit handle it. Move forward. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Sagittarius. Sorry, I couldn't think of who it was. This is a bit of a longer reading, but it's obviously powerful. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Sagittarius, how does this apply? I don't take hangers on, okay? Not taking that one. Contemplation time. Okay, so universal heart. You're needing to see yourself as part of the collective, right? There's a bigger picture going on here. So you need to spend some time meditating upon what you truly, honestly want for your life. What is it that you want to be doing? What is it that makes you happy? Where is it you want to go? realize that it's more than just what you see in front of you. There's a whole big world out there. This is what I'm getting for you. When I left Canada and moved to United States after that happened, I came down to check things out. I left my daughter with their up there with trusted friends. My son stayed with his best friend's family. They were like soul family to me. And I came to California to check things out. And I went to California. I went to Carlsbad, my favorite place. I love Carlsbad and the coast. It's my favorite place there. And I stood on the cliffs where I used to go read all the time. And I looked out over the ocean, and it was so big. It was such expanse, like this heaven, right? Like these heavens. And I said to myself, I have the whole world in front of me. I can be anyone I want to be here. Nobody knows what happened up there. Nobody knows what happened to my daughter, what happened to me. We can start over and be anything we want to be. So Spirit's asking you right now, what is it that you truthfully want? Take yourself to a quiet place and ask yourself, what do I want to do next? What is it that my heart is desiring? Because I've got the whole universe in front of me, and I've got the whole universe inside of me. All right. This is actually you know what's funny is yesterday, you know, people thought I was so affected and that I was so personally carrying all that energy, and I felt fine. This energy I'm carrying, because this is my life. This has been my life, and my head is pounding right now. Excuse me. Okay, we're gonna go to the running man or air signs. Excuse my full mouth. I think we'll switch to, no? Okay. That was quick. I was gonna switch decks and I got nope. Okay. They like me reading the pictures. Remember I told you I like the pictures. I feel like the pictures are more important than what the decks have to say, right? It's what the pictures elicit to us. That's how you know Spirit's talking through you, is when you're connecting to what the pictures are showing you and you get a story from it. Correct neutrality on all levels. Intuitive reading. That's where it's at for me. Correct for neutrality for all who chose the running man. Fire signs were the cartwheeling woman. You knew that, right? Okay. Running man, air signs. And it's funny because in this whole reading, it's pretty much that the feminine has been shown to be the running man. So it's like the divine feminine has been, you know, supporting herself, which is truly what's happening, because in the twin soul situation, the males have not reunited, right? They have still been running, and it's been the feminine energy that has been having to have the masculine role. And it's kind of getting hard. See her back? She's needing to support herself there. She needs the support of her partner, right? It's kind of, we got to come into union pretty quick because it's getting kind of hard to do this all on our own. Okay, because the twin soul union, it's a spiritual work, right? So this work that I'm doing is part of my twin soul path. And the divine masculine has got to step it up because the divine feminine has been doing a lot of work. Okay, correct for neutrality on all levels. Running man or air signs. That's pretty clear. Transience. Okay, so trance. I think about going into a trance, which is exactly what's happening here. And you see this one connecting. This is sitting in a place of meditation, going into a trance and allowing that light to light up all of the chakras. We're starting at the root all the way up to the crown. Root chakra, sacral chakra, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, crown. Spirit wants you to allow this rainbow light to come in and bring you to a place of center. You need to find your center. Song right now, out of Africa. He turned to me and as if to say, hurry, boy, it's waiting there for you. And that's what Spirit's saying. It's waiting for you, right? Pull in the energy of the universe. Pull in that energy. Start highlighting all of your chakras. Get your solar plexus and your heart and your throat and your root and your base and your crown all activated. Pull in the energy from Spirit, right? Get yourself grounded. Get yourself strong. Get yourself motivated to move forward. You pull in everything that you have. You need to look at things from a higher perspective. Your troubles will look very different when you look at things from a higher self. So imagine all of these colors moving in through your body. Root chakra is red, right? That's your grounding chakra. Your sacral chakra is orange. That's your belly button. If you don't know where that's at, just below your belly button. Your solar plexus right above, it's yellow. I am worthy. I am capable. Self-worth. Your heart, pink, green, right? Love. Your throat is light blue. The truth is what you would speak. Your third eye is indigo. It's even deeper, even a deeper truth, right? And then the crown is violet, which is a spiritual color, and white, which is purity. So allow all of those colors to come in and get your chakras spinning. Get them moving. Get yourself moving forward. Standing strong on your own. I speak my truth. I am worthy. I am able to understand and articulate what my heart's desires are. I stand firm on my feet. I have the sexual energy, the creative ability to move forward, knowing that I can do anything I set my mind to. My third eye sees the truth of the situation, and I'm able to understand the messages as Spirit brings them down the way I'm meant to understand them. Strong. That's for all air signs. I like that because the air signs is talking about your intellect, right? So we're tapping into Spirit, and I'm reaching for the mermaids again. Correct for neutrality. God, why? Okay, I like this. Actually, maybe I'll do this. I just heard no, but I'll try it anyway. Isn't that funny? I'm thinking maybe this'll work, and I heard no, probably because it's going to take too much time or it's going to hook my earring. Let's see, why did they say no? Now I'm just curious. That is the Aries in me when I hear no and do it anyway. I don't know. Kind of works, right? Watch, it'll probably still get stuck. Okay, so Gemini. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Gemini. Gemini. I bless the rains down in Africa. I bless the rain. Look at this. I bless the rain. Bless the water, the rain, the tears. Bless it. Let it wash away anything that's mucking things up. Like I said, use the energy purposefully. It snowed in Sedona. Oh. And it doesn't last long in Sedona, right? The wind here, our skies are clear. I'm so glad and grateful that there's no fires right now. Oh, these winds. Gemini. Contemplation time. Okay, so this is what you want to do. You want to contemplate and ask yourself where you want to go. What do you want to do? What is it that you truly desire? Right? What is it that I want? What's my next step? What's my next path? This is going to help me. I'm going to meditate. I'm going to make sure that all of my chakras are aligned and highlighted and working so that I can hear all the messages, so that I can hear and I can see through my third eye properly the way things are. I can hear the downloads from Spirit. I can hear what my heart truly wants. I can say to myself, I know that I'm worthy and capable. I'm able to stand on my own 2 feet, and I am able to move forward. But I need to get clear first about where that is, who that is, what that is, how that is. That's it. That's quick. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Libra. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Gotta let go of all of our ghosts. We both know we ain't kids no more. Send my love to your new lover. So maybe that's what's happening. You're splitting from somebody. You're moving forward, and you got to get clear on where you want to go, how you want to do it. Maybe you need to speak it, right? How am I going to say it? How am I going to do it? Is this what I want? Where do I want to go next? I just like, say hello to your new lover. We got to let go of all of our ghosts. I like that. We're letting the past go, right? All right, Libra. Okay, that one fell. And helpful person. So someone wants to help you. Think of who that might be and initiate contact. Well, I am channeling this to my daughter, right? Don't turn your back to me. I want to help you, right? Initiate and make contact. But I will take that energy and I will make contact. So you're being told, initiate and make contact. Somebody wants to help you. If you don't know who it is, it's Spirit. If you do know who it is, contact them, okay? There's somebody that wants to help you. It could be friends, it could be family, it could be anyone. Someone at work, I don't know what it is. But Spirit's saying, if you pull all of this together, if you get yourself grounded, if you ask yourself truly, what is it that am I desiring? Do I recognize my own self-worth? What is the truth of this situation? Am I understanding things correctly? Am I feeling through my heart? This is all aligned, right? This is all the way Spirit wants us. This is not an afflicted Libra. This would be an upright Libra, right? This is somebody this is a balanced Libra, right? Libra is justice. So there's another message. A situation. In order to justify this situation, you need to look at it through your spiritual self, not from your human ego. There is somebody that can help you do this. Do you need to go to a counselor? Do you need to get somebody, do you need a lawyer? Do you need to reach out to a family member? Do you need advice as far as a creative project? There's somebody that wants to help you. If you're seeing things from a higher perspective, you're not going to worry. You're going to realize that Spirit's going to bring forward who it is that you need, right? Maybe what you need to do is go into meditation and figure out the words that you need to speak, figure out how you're going to, the energy that you're going to send out, your intentions, right? My intention is this. 3, full circle completion. Something has completed, or Spirit says it wants to complete, right? It also means the Ascended Masters are working with you. You're not alone at this. You're being helped. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Aquarius. Aquarius. I wish somebody would have told me, babe. One day, these would have been the good old days. Someday soon, your life is going to change. Your whole life. That's why the winds are moving so quickly. Things are going to change. It's going to be a different new year. It's going to be a freaking awesome new year. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Aquarius. You are being helped. That's beautiful. So if you are listening to Spirit, you're listening to this reading, you're standing with a straight back, you're not alone. You are being helped. Behind the scenes. Behind the scenes. If you would listen to what Spirit's telling you, you know what I'm focusing on is the moon. You're being helped by the divine goddess. The goddess energy. My focus is just blinding with that moon energy. So it's asking you to pay attention. Pay attention to your intuition. You already know this. Who's helping you? You already know. You're being helped behind the scenes. Even if you don't see it, it's the truth. So if you tap into your third eye, because what I'm looking at is, see this bright, bright light in the third eye? On the back, what I'm looking at is this. The same thing. So if you pay attention to your intuition, you already know. Things are okay. You're safe. Get yourself, do this meditation. Feel this energy moving in. You are being helped. You don't see the progress, but it's there. It's there. You know, we have, you know that you're having a reading right now and Spirit's giving you these messages, right? You don't know what the other party, how Spirit is working with them, right? My daughter doesn't watch my readings for all I know. I don't think she does. She doesn't believe in this. So, but Spirit's doing work on her side. I know that. I know that the Spirit was working on my stepfather as well. My dad. I don't like calling him my stepfather, but the man who raised me, my dad. Because when we stopped speaking 2 years ago, because of my twin soul and I, when I contacted him, he would sign, he didn't respond for a long time. And then when he did, he would sign his name, Bernie. He wouldn't say dad, you know? He totally disconnected me from his life, which is what he's done many, many times. And, I just kept doing it, right? I kept pouring, first of all, I didn't pour love into it. First of all, I stayed very detached, but I felt responsible, and I kept calling or emailing and saying and just checking on you, and I was keeping myself quite distanced. But Spirit knew what they were doing. They knew that needed to be done. I was told to do what I did. I was told to put a boundary between us with my daughter and my father. But then it's like, okay, it's been done. There's still love there, right? Just because you have to put a boundary between you and another person doesn't mean that there isn't love there, and it doesn't mean that it won't come back around. Sometimes it has to be harsh. Sometimes it has to say enough is enough. But there was love there. And so I started feeling that love, and I would send him, when I would write the messages, they would get more friendly and friendly. And then he started to say, the last 4 responses he sent me, he signed Dad. So there was something going on behind the scenes as well. It shifts. Like I said, love heals fear. Love heals anger. Love heals everything. We just have to be willing. So whatever the situation that you're concerned with in your life, whether it be a job, whether it be a relationship, whether it be your health, you're being helped. You just do what you need to do, right? You keep yourself healthy. You keep all of your chakras cleared and lined up. Work with the crystals of the earth. With whatever color you're drawn to. Of the colors that I said, if you were drawn to a specific color, grab a crystal of that color. It's your crystal. But the fact of the matter is even if you can't see the progress, it's happening, right? You're being assisted. Very soon, your whole life is going to change. right? And you'll miss the magic of these good old days. So remember what she said? One day when my light is golden, one day when my light is glowing, I'll be in my castle golden. But until then, I just want to live the moment. So live in the now in a happy place. Correct for neutrality. Gaia's garden or earth signs. I got a new girlfriend. Feels like she's on top. Ophelia, I've missed you. Thought about you since the flood. So it's been an emotional flood and energy. Somebody moved on to someone else, but could never let go of the one that held their heart. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Am I using this deck? No, I'm not using this deck. Interesting. What am I using? Shadows and light. We're using shadows and light. Earth signs. You can't see past my blinders. You know when you put blinders on a horse, you lead them out of the fire, or if it's a dust storm, you put blinders on them, or if you're wanting a horse to do its job and it's in a busy street that might frighten them, or on a cliff that's scary, they put blinders on the sides, right? So all they can see is what's in front of them. So you can't see past my blinders. So you're not seeing something for what it truly is. All you're seeing for what in front of you. So things are not all as they seem, is the message. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For those who chose Gaia's garden or earth signs. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Earth signs. Wow, my head. This is someone pushing someone else away. I can't feel nothing at all. You can't feel nothing small. So there's one person that's holding their heart tight closed, and the other person who's just huge, right? Ophelia, heaven help the fool who falls in love, right? That person doesn't want to give their heart. You've been on my mind since the flood of emotion. He doesn't want it. He doesn't want to feel it. He's trying to push it away, but he can't help it. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Ooh, we're all going to get messages from the I Can Do It cards. Okay. Capricorn. Why did I say Capricorn? I shouldn't say Capricorn. Oh, God. Everyone gets their own. You guys are all going to be jealous. Okay. Capricorn. Right now, song, I Met You in the Dark. You lift me up. You made me feel like I am enough. Okay, right now while you're going, it's not Capricorn? Yes, it is Capricorn. You're going through a difficult time right now, and you're going to be getting little reminders. This is the sweet dried flower fairy. So you're going to be getting little memories and little thoughts and mementos of times in your life that made you feel happy, that are going to help you go through a difficult time. And so you might run into somebody that you know, you might have a memory, you might see a picture of a time that brings you to a place of happiness. And the whole purpose of it is to help you feel like you can go on one more day, right? I can take it one more day. I can do this. I can handle this. And that's what Spirit says, one day at a time, one step at a time. Don't go too far in the future. Don't go stay in the past. Just stay. One day when my light is glowing, I'll be in my castle golden. But until that moment, I want to just feel this moment. And that's what Spirit wants us to do. Stay in this moment. So right now, be prepared for Spirit to bring you sweet memories, happy memories. They're not going to be memories that are going to be making you cry, making you sad. They're going to be, and they may not be big things. They may not be memories that are a big deal in someone else's life, but to you they are. They're pivotal moments in your life. And it's funny that the pivotal moments in people's lives are so different. And if you were to, I'm getting chills on that. Something that means so much to someone may not mean anything to another person, or they may not realize, wow, that was such a big deal for you. That's why it's so important that in whatever we do in our day, do what you can to smile at someone, say something nice. You know, if you have that urge to reach out to somebody, or if you have the, you know, sometimes like when I do my readings, like I did it last night, I did another private reading, and I said, I just feel like I wanted to give a little bit more. There was a couple more messages I felt that needed to come. So I gave them an additional 15 minutes. I don't know that, and I do know, because the last few messages they got were freaking amazing. They were amazing. Without that, me giving that, they wouldn't have had those messages. They needed those messages. And I don't know how it might affect them. I do know, because it affected me. So this is going to happen. You're going to get somebody coming forward. Somebody's going to be, I don't know. You might see a picture of a friend. Somebody might call you from high school. You might just have a dream, a memory, a thought. You might show a movie. You might hear a song and remember something. I get smells. Somebody asked me yesterday, do I put flaxseed in my banana bread? And it made me think of my mom's banana bread. And then it made me think of my grandma's zucchini bread. It made me think of being in the kitchen. All these things came together just by that thought. So that's going to happen for you, Capricorn. It's going to help you move through whatever it is that you're going through and be able to go one more day. So I guess everybody gets their own card for earth signs. It's just the way Spirit's making it happen today. So, Virgos, just say you won't let go. Just say you won't let go. Correct for neutrality. I heard last night rehab, the word. Spirit just gave me the word rehab. Rehab can be an emotional rehab, right? We can be in an emotional rehab of our own. And that's what I think is what I heard. I'm in an emotional rehab. That's what I felt it was. I also saw a white kitten that had a collar on too tight. So there's somebody in my life, the collar on them was choking them, and they needed to, and I went up and I cut it free. So to me, that's my little white cat. So it's who my cat represents, and something was choking them, and I cut the collar off of them. I said, that's ridiculous. Cut it off. And you would think about if you're choked, you're not able to speak. So something that I've said, and there's the message, Virgo. Something that I said, and this came up twice already. That's why I took it. It came up when I first started, and it came up again. So this is Virgos. Something I said cut the cord from around their throat. So strange, Valentine. Love is strange. It doesn't look the way it's supposed to look, right? We have an idea. Remember that song, Because of You? You had a picture of the way life was as you grew up, and it's not what you're expecting. As I said, right, that in your life, that could be a female, and that's the male. It's the roles are reversed. It's something strange. But whatever it is, it could be male or female. This, you see, the little feminine one, and then the big burly monster. Well, this big burly monster could be a female, right, with a strong energy. This could be a male with a very gentle, nurturing, loving energy. This one looks a little bit nervous. Look, her cheeks are flushed, or his cheeks are flushed. I'm a little bit shy. I'm a little bit nervous. This one looks actually quite friendly, but it's a giant yeti. It's a mountain man. And you know what's interesting? Do you know what my maiden name was? My father that raised me is German. Bergman. And it means man from the mountain. That'd be me! Man from the mountain. She-Ra, Princess of Power. Oh, I'm laughing. But look at the hearts. She's got the heart around her neck, and this one's got a big heart. They're meant to be together. And it doesn't look like it's supposed to, right? It doesn't look like other people think it's supposed to, or maybe even what you think it's supposed to be. But Spirit says right now, there's a great deal of cosmic energy surrounding your love life and your relationships at this time. And it may be that you're going to bump into somebody that strikes this, your heart starts palpitating, right? And it might not be what you think it is. This kind of reminds me of the card in the Romance Angels. Keep an open mind because your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations, right? Release your ex is also what I'm getting. Pay attention to the red flags. Release your ex. The problem that you're having, okay, there's a message. The problem that you're having has to do with your ex. Virgos, release your ex. It's upside down, and that's a red flag that you need to pay attention to. You need to make the effort. I don't know, Spirit's just making, you need to disconnect from the world, detach with this one that means something to you. It's about getting to know each other. Look how stiff this person is. She's all easygoing and laughing, and this one's, or on the other one, he's all stiff and they're all playing around, right? Get to know one another. As you reveal your innermost self, your bond deepens. Look at this. So in this situation, what you see is this is the male and this is the female. Spirit says relax. Right? You've got a problem with your ex. That's what the problem is. You need to release that ex's energy because this is a new love. And there we see the Grail Knight down on his knees. Here's the working woman, right? There's the working woman. She's kind of got an aggressive masculine energy. She's one that's in charge. She's in charge of her own life. Doesn't mean she's going to run ripshod over you because your ex did. It means she's working. She has to do this. And there he is, the Grail Knight. And he says, so the cups got broke beneath my feet. Our feet. But it wasn't my fault. There was all these mitigating circumstances. He's offering her his rose. And she's kind of like, you know what? I'm a little bit busy right now. So if you're going to come to me, you better not be coming to me with any of your reindeer games. I don't have time. Like I said, I don't have time. I got stuff to do. I got shit to do. So here you are, Virgo. Things are not necessarily the way you expect them to be, but it's good. This is about healing relationships, especially long-term relationships, past, like childhood issues between parents, between you and an ex, the one that ran ripshod over you. This is about healing that and allowing your heart to be open, because this is good news. There is love of some kind coming into your life very soon. Woo! Bam! Bam! To the moon, Alice! To the moon! Correct for neutrality on all levels. Who was that? Virgo? We did Caps, we did Virgo. Capricorn! No, we did Capricorn. Virgo. Taurus! I don't know, I'm sorry. My sister-in-law was a Taurus. I guess she still is, I don't talk to her. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Correct for neutrality. She's a Jehovah's Witness. They don't have anything to do with me because I don't really much to them either. But that's somebody who's passive aggressive. Somebody who's actually a sweet person. Comes across kind of tough, but she's got really a sweet like inside. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Taurus. Stubborn. Bullheaded. But I always think about the bulls in the arena, right? How they're tortured and slowly bled. Ugh, makes me so angry. Yeah, sure you're gonna kill me. You've slowly bled the blood out of me, so I've lost my strength. Otherwise, I would have kicked your ass. And that's the truth with her. She's a strong woman. She was before living with an alcoholic for years. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Correct for neutrality. Taurus. So I send her love. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Woo, that was clear. Wow, here we go. Okay. So yesterday, I don't know who it was that got it, but it's back. It's back. Tell them to back the fuck off. You're not getting the message, so Spirit's coming out again, and here I am to give you the message. You want me to give it with a big smile on my face today? I will. Back off. You are allowing people to walk on you like you're a freaking doormat. I just spoke about the person in my life who actually was a very strong individual, very, very strong, very competent, very capable, hardworking person with a loving heart that lived with an alcoholic, was very abusive, and had the shit kicked out of her emotionally, right? Beaten down, ends up being kind of like, you know, a bitter person. That's what happens when you allow people to walk all over you. Don't. Spirit's saying no. Somebody's pushing your buttons. Somebody's draining your energy. Somebody is taking from you what you have worked hard for, and Spirit said enough is enough. This is the time for you to say. Someone's hitting on you and you're saying, look, I'm not interested. I've put you in a stalker file. Do you understand that? I don't want your energy. I don't want any connection from you. If you write to me again, the next one will be put again in a stalker file. The only reason that I'm not blocking you is because I don't know how to do that on Yahoo. Otherwise, I would have blocked you. Stop writing to me. Okay? There's the energy. Make it very clear. Spirit says you need to make it very, very clear. I said yesterday, and this is what you need to say again as well. If you want to be in my life, if you would like to speak to me, you come to me with your real face, with your real name, stand in front of me and speak your piece. Otherwise, get the fuck out of my life. Here it is again, the energy, because this is what Spirit wants to deliver. Enough is enough. Okay? This is not me speaking. This is Spirit speaking to you because you're not listening. This message came yesterday. It's coming again. This is hurting you. You are allowing this to happen, and you don't need to. You need to stand in your power. If you've clearly have tried and they have not gotten the message. You've been too polite. So the games are over. No more reindeer games. No more reindeer games. There you go. All right. That's how I was to deliver the message yesterday. That's how I was to deliver it today. So now, we're all going to get a message from the I Can Do It cards. We're going to go through each sign, okay? And then I got to go because my headache is, I need more water. When you're dehydrated, you get a headache. The water's really chopped up, guys. Check it out. It's dark. It's dark, and it's ripped. And the song, Hold the Line. I'd rather be the hunter than the prey. I'd rather just detach from the whole situation. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Detach, right? Man, I got stuff blown down outside. Okay, water heater. Space heater waters. Water heater. Oh, wow. My little Siam, he broke out again last night. I let him go around the room, right? And I couldn't find him. I thought, oh God, please. I went down, where was he? Behind the water heater. He was behind the water heater. And I said, why? Why are you down behind the water heater? Why do you keep going into the laundry room and sitting behind the water heater? And I just said, water heater, space water heater. That is definitely, I mean, I know who it is. I know who, that's my twin. But why are you in the water heater? Because you're trying to warm up. Because you're scared. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Correct for neutrality. I'm cold right now. Oh, because I'm cold. Because you felt the coldness. Okay. But there's love. Anger had to go, but there was love. Correct for neutrality on all levels. When you feel the cold, you needed the water to heat you up. Got it. Well, I'm wearing, look what I'm wearing today. Snuggly Wugs. My daughter got them for me a couple years ago. All right, water heaters. I have unlimited choices. Opportunities are everywhere. Today is a delightful day. Money comes to me in delightful and unexpected ways. Woo! And expected and unexpected ways. Let me do it again. I have unlimited choices. Opportunities are everywhere. Today is a delightful day. Money comes to me in expected and unexpected ways. Bam! I'll take that. Thank you very much. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Fire signs or the cartwheeling woman, right? I call her the leap of faither. Actually, I should have called her the leap of faither because that's what she looks like she's doing to me. She's taking a leap of faith. And P.S., the one who's running behind, supporting himself, right? Holding the flower out with sexy legs. My twin's got the sexiest legs. You know, I was kind of bummed because I thought, geez, I've got such big calves for a girl, but he's got sexy legs. I said that to him and he's like, sexy legs? I've never heard of legs being sexy. And I'm like, yeah, well, you got them. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Life is very simple. What I give out comes back to me. Today, I choose to give love. Deep at the center of my being is an infinite well of love. Yay! Let's do it again. Life is very simple. What I give out comes back to me. Today, I choose to give love. Deep at the very center of my being is an infinite well of love. You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking about, and people are like, what is with women? One day she's like this, one day she's like that. No, it's like we have all of that within us. And some days you got to see the metal, right? Some days you see the heart. Some days you see the emotion. Some days you see the strength. It just depends on what needs to be said and what needs to come to the surface. Sometimes a fire needs to be lit under a water sign's ass, right? Sometimes it's a little too much. Song right now, Poker Face. After he's been hooked, I'll play the one that's on his heart. Love. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Running Man or air signs. Correct for neutrality on all levels. I don't think my twin has air in his chart. Maybe he does. Maybe he's got a Gemini rising. I don't know. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Or Aquarius? Oh, he's on the cusp probably. He's probably cusping Aquarius. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Which is like, he's like my dad, which makes perfect sense. My dad's an Aquarius too. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Running Man. Maybe my dad's going to come running after me to support me. My dad's freaking awesome when he's in his, when he's an upright. When he's the King of Swords in reverse, not good. Not good. But the King of Swords is just and fair and brilliant. An entrepreneur. He's got a lot of great qualities too. Oh, I'm seeing the funnest thing. I'm wondering if someone's going to get this one. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Running Man. The Running Man. It does not matter what other people say or do. What matters is how I choose to react and what I choose to believe about myself. I take a deep breath and I allow myself to relax. My whole body calms down. It does not matter what other people say or do. What matters is how I choose to react and what I choose to believe about myself. And check it out, it's the sunflower. The sunflower wakes up in the morning with the sun and it follows across the sky. It always looks to spirit for guidance. And look what's there. A busy bee getting busy after the honey. Get busy and get after the honey, and you know what happens then? Sweet victory. Yeah. Oh, somebody did get it. It's right there, so it's yours. It's yours. Who is it? Earth signs. I cannot change another person. I let others be who they are. I simply love who I am. The star. The starfish. Oh, my God. You're the starfish. Look at even the shape. Oh, my God. Earth signs. Of course. I told you my twin's got Virgo in his chart, right? There he is. I get the help I need when I need it from various sources. My support system is strong and loving. I cannot change another person. I let others be who they are, and I simply love who I am. The star. I told you, I'm following my true north, which is my star, right? You shoot for the moon. I shoot for the moon, and I get my star. Shoot for the moon, and you land amongst the stars. That's so cool. I love that. That is exactly my twin. That's so cool. My twin when he's not afflicted, right? When he's not the running man. Isn't there a movie called The Running Man? I know there's Burning Man. My star's burning because his Aries got him on fire. Running Man, let's see. I think there is something called Running Man. Running Man TV series. How funny. I didn't know that. How weird. What is it? Running Man was classified as an urban action variety. Shows an urban environment where the guests were to complete missions at landmarks to win the race. Missions. Yeah, Mission Impossible. Right? Spirit says you will accomplish what might seem impossible to yourself and others. Have faith. All right, you guys, that's it. We're going to wrap it. 1 hour and 50 minutes. Hope you have a great day. I'm going to go eat something. Maybe it'll help my headache. Whoever's headache I'm feeling. Somebody didn't sleep well last night. Probably my little man. Oh, strong right now. I think about her and she knows it. This song makes me laugh. I want to let it take control. Because every time she gets closer, she pulls me in. This is the one. Maybe I should stop and start confessing. I'm wearing my twins' labradorite. All right, I love you guys. Talk soon. Peace.